Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 20th of June for the Sun or the Ascendant. Going to give you the key themes to look out for as usual. Then please stay with me. I will dive deep to give you in forensic detail each of the 12 zodiac signs. If my energy seems slightly lower, I do have COVID, but I will do my best to outline all the key pieces of information for you. So as this week begins, the Sun just briefly forges a quincunx with Pluto. So the Sun on its last day in Gemini is in a rather tense angle to the planet of power. So a conversation that's to do with work or money, or it may be an idea that we have that doesn't quite mesh with someone in a position of authority. But by Tuesday we have the summer solstice and the beginning of cardinal quadrant 2. So this is the second 13-week period of the astrological year. And of course the sign of Cancer, which the Sun moves into, is very much about nurture, protection, security in its physical or emotional context, and our environment, something that we're all very passionate about these days. But just before the Sun moves, there is a quarter moon in the sign of Pisces, another water sign like the Sun, but its right angle to the Sun in Gemini just suggests that we need to choose our words with care this week. Now, one of the reasons for this is that early in the week, Venus, the planet of relating, is challenged by Saturn in the sign of Aquarius, and of course Saturn is in retreat now. So if we become more aware of a relationship where our values don't mesh with the other person, it could be that there could be quite a stumble or even a cold point between two people, whether it's in a business relationship or a personal one. Ironically, Venus actually forges a very penetrating link to Pluto, virtually at the same time, and that can tell us who is for us and where we can feel that connection in a meaningful way. But then on Thursday, Venus joins up with Mercury, which is still in the sign of Gemini, and that gives us an opportunity to work hard at the way we relate to people in the following 28 days. Now, towards the end of this week, the Sun, newly arrived in Cancer, does go into a square with Jupiter, which is kind of larger than life influence. Just important, of course, to deliver on what we might promise. So please stay with me for your individual forecast. But if you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast and understand how serious astrology can impact on your situation, if you give me 3 pieces of personal information of time, date and place of birth, I can give you a roadmap that can guide you for the rest of your life. Also, in my special package of 30% off, you can also get a 12-month forecast. Now, no 2 reports are the same. They're totally individual for you. Please see the link below. Finally, I'm very close to that 100,000 subs mark on YouTube. If you have subscribed, I'm so thankful. If you want to do so, I'd be very grateful. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. So Scorpio, your week commencing the 20th of June forecast does of course see the Sun with the summer solstice arrive in your fellow water sign, and that's giving you a lot of push to be more adventurous over the following month. Now that could be in terms of what you read, it could be your interest, it could be changing some routines that maybe have become a little bit too samey, or it may be linked to vacation, travel, even higher education. The 9th house is also good if you're a more entrepreneurial person and want to take a bold approach to using your resources to try in some way bring about some expansion and excitement about what you're trying to do. So it's a really big development for you. But Venus does start this week still in your sector of relating. It forges an amazing link with your modern higher octave ruler of Pluto. So one conversation can be very uplifting, and give you a lot of sense of the depth of connection between you and the other person. But around the family relationship, things could be a bit tense, as Saturn is much more oppressive to Venus. And then on Thursday, Venus dives deep, moves into your 8th house. You could benefit from somebody else's generosity, windfall, or financial fortune over the following 28 days. And there's also a very good link between Mercury and Jupiter earlier in this week, which is very good for any kind of contractual discussion. Now, the Sun is going to be squaring with Jupiter as the week draws to a close, and I think what that's going to do is give you a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of extra energy and dynamism. But with Venus moving into the 8th house, that legendary status you have as being the most sultry member of the zodiac can be activated. But as I've said before, if your circumstances are not particularly active at the moment, you may be groaning and thinking, oh Patrick, if only. Well, what I think Venus moving into the 8th house will do is give you an even greater appreciation of your high standards when it comes to getting up close and personal with people. And you know, that's no bad thing to be picky. But if you are feeling more able to get out there and travel and interact with people, then someone very mesmeric could capture your imagination over the following 28 days.